4859. That was all Captain Witold Pileck was known for during his time served at Auschwitz concentration camp during World War II. He was a resistance leader and a Polish intelligence officer, a well-established man. Now, like Pileck, according to my grandfather Walter Boyd, my German ancestors harbored Jewish victims and friends and family and neighbors during World War II. Now, unfortunately, they were executed, and upon execution, their children were separated and sent to different concentration camps. According to the historians of the National Auschwitz Museum, Captain Witold Pileck is nationally recognized by certified historical societies and museums across Europe. The compiled research that I have done exemplifies how Captain Pileck infiltrated Auschwitz, the discoveries he made at that camp, and how he was charged by then communist Polish forces for his said sacrifices. This is Captain Pileck before. Now, according to the Washington Post in 2020, Captain Pileck positioned himself in the middle of the Gestapo, which is like a secret military, Nazi military police. He found himself arrested during the sweep on September 18th of 1940, while using a false identification card and surname to infiltrate the camp by an already detained Polish prisoner. The Polish intelligence officer's next assignment was steep. He had to not only infiltrate the camp, but he had to gain and collect intel of Auschwitz's camp and its conditions and how the treatment of people was. In order to do so, Pileck had to gather a group of men that he could trust and form a resistance federation extending the already developed underground home hero regimen. These are some of the victims of Auschwitz. As the only volunteer prisoner of Auschwitz, according to the Holocaust Memorial Day Trust, Pileck underwent horrific experiences and suffered greatly. Upon the arrival of Auschwitz, Captain Witold Pileck had to jump off a moving train among with its other members. At that time, 10 men were shot dead because they were Jewish or because they were educated. While there is no question that Captain Pileck subjected himself to genocide, the Auschwitz was dangerous. It was a dangerous place. The Washington Post elaborates on the horrors of the camp, explaining that he and many other victims of genocide were actually exposed and contracted to typhus, which is an acute rash that you can get from fleas, ticks, bedbugs, head lice. This is before and after. Such a difference. Later in 1943, after 2.5 years of Camp Auschwitz, he finally escapes. He makes his escape. According to the national radio historian Greg Kulawski, he was later captured by newly communist Polish officers and the Soviets. He was accused of espionage, and he was shot to his death. It wasn't known until many years later that Captain Pileck was actually a hero, as the Soviets and the communists informed everyone that he was a villain. His own daughters believed that he was a villain. Now, to summarize and remember, let's remember not only did Pileck infiltrate the camp, Auschwitz, but he also made life-changing discoveries, or we wouldn't be where we're at today. And he was later charged for the sacrifices he made by his own and newly communist countrymen. World War II was a devastating era, but there were also many who tried to save neighbors and friends, risking their lives. 81 years later, Captain Pileck is rightfully known as a hero, my hero.